Bradley Cooper is willing to make a huge sacrifice for another Lombardi.
Yeah.
Also, are you in shock that we just saw Howard Stern on Good Morning Football?
Baba Booey, Fafa Fohai. Like, I cannot believe we've never shown a Howard Stern clip ever in the history of Good Morning Football.
Did they show Eric the actor a few years ago?
I wish we would have.
High Pitch Eric didn't make an
Blue
appearance?
Iris?
No.
No, none of. That's really a really incredible thing. I love that.
That's awesome. The Eagles have some work to do there, though, if you're going to take a listen to Bradley Cooper, and that includes this Sunday against the 49ers. Despite Philadelphia having the best record in the NFL, playing great, they win at home, they're at home hosting the 49ers, and San Francisco still are the slight favorites. Do you think the 49ers are actually slight underdogs? Do you think you should consider them that, Jason?
We're gonna do the underdogs favorites talk.
Go on.
I just read what's
Go on.
there.
Smart.
My answer would be, who cares?
Oh.
I don't. There'll be a football game on Sunday. These are two really good teams. One's 10-1, one's 8-3. Who's favored? 3.5, 1.5, 7 points. Who cares? What I love about this game is you have two juggernauts that absolutely hate each other, and they get a chance to go against one another in Philadelphia, and that's what it's all about. There are good players in Philly. There are good players in San Francisco. They're going to play in the game, and we're going to find out who is the better team on this given Sunday. There's going to be playoff implications, home field implications, a lot going on in this game. If you're saying who should be favored, who should be, one team is 10-1, the other team's 8-3. I guess you can say the team that's 10-1 should be favored in the game. But
Why are you triggered, Jason, by this?
Because
it's interesting.
As a player, I don't think you ever know, like, we're favored in this game.
That's not something that's talked about?
No, we talk about it all the time. We talk about picking games. You're like, you want to go with the home team. I'm like, who cares? The game's going to be played. There's white lines. The field is 120 yards. You count the end zone, and somebody has to score more points than the other team. I'm not big on the favorites, so I'm not going to say, here, all right, we're going to look at the 49ers and their run game over the last 3 weeks. This is why they're favored over the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, Philly's only winning in one-score games, but the 49ers are blowing teams out, so that's why they're the favorites. There's going to be a football game. These are two really good football teams, and I can't wait to see them match up. I will not know on Sunday. It may change. By the time Sunday comes along, Philly may be favored, so we'll find out when it all comes down, so we'll see.
I wish Howard would have asked a follow-up question to
Bradley
Cooper. So he says, I would rather have a Super Bowl for the Eagles than everybody wins Oscars and stuff. Would you rather have a Super Bowl for the Eagles or Maestro, his movie, is a massive financial hit internationally and brings in $300 million worldwide? Because then you get to make other projects, you get to do whatever you want. Like, the money is very important. He's behind this thing. Like, I didn't see Nightmare Alley. There's a movie he did I don't think it made that much money. I wonder if the money would have been there. Plus, like, Eagles fans, like, you have a Super Bowl a couple years ago. It's not like you're talking to, like, a Lions fan or a Browns fan.
Yeah.
You want another one. Yeah, and another, but it's like, I don't know, Bradley, maybe take the Oscar or take the money. I don't have plans to see Maestro. I heard it's very good. Carey Mulligan just steals the show.
Yeah.
One thing I will never forget, and I've told this story before, is that last year I got to work the Pro Bowl in Las Vegas. And I got there and I got to intermix with all the players. And they're all having fun. They're all chill. It's Vegas. We're at the Pro Bowl. This is great. It was very different interacting with the 49ers. This is just a couple days after they lost to the Eagles. And I'm hanging with two of my favorite guys in Kittle and Juszczyk. And I've never seen players with their body language or their demeanor. They were just, I think just the word is shook. They weren't like disappointed. They weren't mad. They were just a little numb. And remember, so they play the Eagles in the playoffs, and they've had this beautiful season. Purdy gone in the first 5 seconds. The backup quarterback knocked out. And I was just like, guys, I said to them, like, that game, what was that like? And they just were like, never experienced anything like that. They didn't even have the words. They were so shook. And I feel like they think something was taken from them. Where I come out on this one, and where I come out on that last game, yes, the Eagles knocked out their quarterback. The Eagles also scored 31 points on that defense by running north and south. I think they rushed for 4 touchdowns in that game. It was everything. It was Gainwell. It was Hurts. It was an all-hands-on-deck rushing effort against the defense that had been crushing everybody. So I know, maybe if Purdy stays in, they score 32 points and win. I know that the Niners defense did not have it that day. And was their will broken because of what happened to their quarterbacks? Well, sorry, injuries happen. I can't be an apologist at all for the Niners in that game because I saw the Eagles running game right up the middle. Miles Sanders was still there doing it. It was anybody who could carry the ball for the Eagles seemed to score a touchdown on this defense. So I'm not surprised at all. Actually, I am surprised. I think the Eagles should be favored at home. I am. And I betted against the Niners this year in the Jacksonville game, and it went terribly, and I was embarrassed. It's a negligible, like, little point spread anyway, whatever it is, a couple of points. But I never give the Eagles any sort of grief for the way they won that game at all. It's ridiculous. They ran really well.
Kelsey was dancing in the end zone with Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
Right. How about that?
Yeah.
Like, that had nothing to do with Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, too. I also am surprised because of the current situation and that the Eagles are so resilient and don't lose games in that building. Take a look at the Eagles at home in recent history. The Eagles are a juggernaut, and they're a juggernaut in that building at the Link. The home field advantage is real. They're 8-0 their last 8 home games, and they blow teams out, and then they beat them in crazy fashion where they come back after being down at the half. In this case, they're putting up 32 points per game. The home crowd is such a real thing. Last week, Bradley Cooper cheering in that place was electric. Okay, and then you look at what this game is, it's home. Last time it was home. You win this game, you're most likely going to be home for the playoff game if you play them there. How badly would the Niners want to be home? Take a look at the Niners' home field record in the last 10 games and what they've done since the playoffs. You look at this, last 13 home games, the Niners roll at home. To me, this game is enormous, not only for playoff seeding, not only for who gets the bye, but for most importantly, who is going to be hosting the NFC Championship game when the Eagles place the 49ers? I'm sorry, Lions fans. I'm sorry, Cowboys fans. This is how I see it. The Eagles are going to play the Niners this weekend. It's not going to have the same stakes as it will in a couple of weeks, but what will matter is who has the home field advantage. So to give the Niners the listing as favorite in that building, that's not only just saying we think they're the better team, that's a spit in the eye to the Eagles fans. Take that with what you will.